Detach. Our emotions can be landmines, especially when we're overwhelmed. One thing goes wrong and we're running the gamut from grief to anger to frustration and back again. How to keep from wearing yourself out so you can focus on the next action steps and not so much on the disaster which precipitated the problem? Simple. Step back. Detaching from your emotions when things go wrong is key to being able to kick your brain back into gear so you can think. This is because it's a lot harder to multitask than you think. You can't be overwhelmed with worry and still make wise decisions. There's nothing wrong with detaching emotionally when the situation calls for it. This isn't to say you're going to stay detached. You're only stepping back into the here and now until you have the situation under control and you're not so overwhelmed. Five steps to dealing with upheaval in your life. It comes in many forms. To some, the crisis might be small, a fender bender in the parking lot causing minor damage to their car. Others face even more significant challenges, such as an illness or the loss of a job. Regardless of the cause, dealing with upheaval is much the same whether you're in the midst of a life-changing event or suffering something smaller. Believe it or not, any turmoil can be managed in just 5 steps. Assess. There's no way you can move past the catastrophe unless you have a clear idea of what's going on. Take note of the details in the problem, and then list what might be best termed as a damage report to get a scope of the situation. The key here is to do this assessment calmly and clearly, which is why the next step is so important. Calm yourself. Most people, when amid upheaval, will react rather than respond. Remember, a lot of emotion can get packed into a reaction, such as fear, panic, worry, frustration, or anger. Reacting means giving in to those emotions, but a response is a reasoned-out response and only happens when you have those emotions under control. Once you've reached that point, you're ready to figure out your initial reaction. Go long. You start by taking the long view. If you focus on short-term goals, you're going to get too caught up in the panic response again. On the other hand, reminding yourself of the ultimate goal means you're stepping back and seeing how this setback fits into the grand scheme of things. Remind yourself you're still on track for the ultimate goal. This disaster is only a setback, not a stopping place. Communicate. Here's where you shouldn't be doing the next steps alone. Build your team around you. Find mentors and friends who can advise, and a tribe who's going to have your back. Create your network and then let them know what's going on. Act. Now, together you need to find a solution and put it into action. Make use of your team from the previous step. Keep your focus on the goal and figure out the best way to move forward. Remember, every upheaval has a way out. Some factors might be beyond your control, but you can still manage the things within your grasp. If you keep your head, you'll be fine. The key is to be patient and to focus on the next best thing.